All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're plugging in. We're going to explore the huge, kind of chaotic, but absolutely essential world of cybersecurity podcasts. Let's find the signal in all that noise.
You know, it's easy to forget, but there's this constant, invisible conflict happening all around us, and the ones and zeros that pretty much run our lives. It's a battle between the people who build the walls and the people who find a way right through them.
And what's wild is that for the first time, this hidden war actually has a voice. What used to be locked away in secret forums and super niche magazines has just exploded into this whole universe of audio.
But with so many voices out there, all shouting for your attention, how do you even know who to listen to? Well, that's what we're here for. Think of this as your personal map to the entire cyber soundscape. Okay, so first things first, we really need to get a handle on the sheer scale of this thing. I mean, what was once just the tiny, geeky corner of the internet has ballooned into this sprawling ecosystem. Some people are even calling it the cyber-auditory complex.
And here's what you've got to understand. These aren't just shows, they're actual communities. They're like these digital campfires where everyone from top-level researchers to C-suite executives all gather to trade stories, share intel, you name it. But, this community is not one big happy family. Not at all. To really get it, you have to see the fundamental divide right at its heart. It's this cultural clash between two very different worlds, and it defines almost every single show you'll ever hear.
So this split creates the two poles of the security world. On one side, you have that original hacker ethos, skeptical, anti-establishment, all about curiosity and poking holes in things. And on the other side, you've got the corporate world. It's structured, it's professional, and its main job is to seal those cracks up. And this quote from the legendary podcast Off the Hook, man, it just nails that hacker spirit perfectly. It's political, it's raw, and get this, it's been broadcasting since 1988. It comes directly from that counterculture where this all started. And then you have the other side. This is the world of podcasts for Chief Information Security Officers, or CISOs. The language here is totally different. It's not about Orwellian societies. Nope. This is the language of the boardroom, risk, compliance, strategy. It's a whole other universe.
So, with that big cultural divide in our heads, we can actually start to map the terrain. Let's break down the key genres and see where each one fits into this picture.
First up, the storytellers. And these shows, like Darknet Diaries and Malicious Life, they have totally transformed the space. We're talking high production values, compelling plot lines. They take these really complex hacks and turn them into these gripping true crime stories. They're basically the cinematic wing of cyber podcasting.
Next up, you've got what I'd call the information backbone of the industry. These are your weekly intelligence briefings. On one end, you have the super serious, no-waffle, straight-up journalism of risky business, and on the other, you've got the hilarious but still incredibly insightful Smashing Security.
And finally, we've got the shows for the practitioners, the people in the trenches doing the actual work. These are the real deep dives. A show like Security Now is famous for its super detailed first principles explanations of tech, while Off the Hook is still that pure, unfiltered voice of the original hacker scene.
Okay, so we've got these two very different worlds, right? But here's where it gets really interesting. What happens when those two worlds meet? Arguably, the most important podcasts out there are the ones that act as a bridge between the hacker and the corporation.
These great bridge podcasts are just so crucial. They're translators. They help the corporate world understand the hacker mindset, and they explain corporate realities to the tech community. Without that translation, the entire field just can't move forward.
And when we talk about this bridge, there is one undisputed titan, the king of the hill, Darknet Diaries. By focusing on the real human stories behind the code, with a level of storytelling that's right up there with shows like This American Life, it's become the main way the rest of the world has come to understand this hidden culture.
So what's the secret sauce? How does the host Jack Reiseter pull this off? Well, it's a three-part formula. He starts with his own deep technical background. Then he adds this master-level storytelling craft. And, crucially, he brings in the authentic voices of the people who were actually there, the hackers, the agents, the victims. It's just a masterclass. But what if a podcast isn't just a bridge? What if it's a weapon? This is where things get really, really fascinating and totally unconventional.
I want you to meet Alberto Daniel Hill. This guy's story is incredible. He went from being an IT expert to being imprisoned for a cybercrime he swears he didn't commit. So what does he do? He launches a podcast, the Cybermidnight Club, from prison to fight for his own justice. And now, he's advising his country's government on new cyber laws. Just wow!
And his show's style is every bit as radical as his story. Forget all that polished production we just talked about. He embraces what you could call an aesthetic of chaos. It's raw, it's live, it's unscripted, pulled right from Twitter Spaces. He calls it radical transparency, and it creates a kind of authenticity that you just can't script.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. We've mapped the world, we've met the Titans, we've even seen the rebels. So now for the best part. Let's figure out how to build a playlist that actually works for you.
All right, so if you're someone who just loves a great story, this one's for you. You're going to start with Darknet Diaries for that human drama. Then add in Malicious Life so you can get all that crucial historical context. And then you can sprinkle in amazing deep dive series like The Lazarus Heist.
But maybe you don't have time for all that. Maybe you're a pro, you're busy, you just need to stay current. I get it. This is your essential briefing. You start your day with the super short SAND Stormcast, it's like 5 minutes, and then you get your weekly strategic download from the absolutely indispensable Risky Business.
So here's the ultimate takeaway. The entire conversation about our digital future, it's happening right now, out loud, for anyone to hear. From polished corporate studios all the way to raw activist broadcasts, the voices are all out there. The only question left is, which ones will you listen to?